Some bikes get a fair load of stick, really just because of the way they look. And of these bikes, it's actually cruisers which are getting the worst of it. This is the new cruiser from Victory. It's called the Boardwalk, and I'll admit it is a bit bling and over the top. But this is definitely one book, or should that be bike, that shouldn't be judged by its cover alone. This, my friends, is a 106 cubic inch V-twin motor. Now, in English, that's about 1700 cc. It produces about 80 brake horsepower, but more importantly, there's a mountain of torque around about the size of Mount Everest. A good look over the bike reveals some really tasty yet beautifully restrained design touches, and the quality of the finish is second to none. It might be garish, but there is a simplicity of design that is really refreshing in this class of bike. OK, so there's lots of chrome, but it's pretty tastefully applied. There are some retro styling touches, the white wall tyres and the spoke wheels for instance, but these do tend to detract a little from the single disc front end. And if the Boardwalk falls down anywhere, it's in the braking. It's just not really what a bike of this weight should have. And where Victory might have skimped on a second disc at the front, at least they've fitted steel braided brake hoses to make it work as well as it possibly can. There's no skimping with instrumentation or switchgear, which is modern and works well with a digital readout for all the usual information. Wide handlebars, big fat comfy seat and footboards give the full cruiser experience.
It's the motor in this bike that actually makes it such a hoot to ride. No zipping along at a zillion revs. You just twist the throttle at any speed, in any gear, and you take off like a scolded cat. And I don't care who you are, the V-twin is still one of the best sounds in motorcycling.
Fat and farty, just how I like it. You would be forgiven for thinking that what this bike has in show, it must let him go. But it's when you thumb the starter button and kick at the side stand, it all starts to make a whole lot of sense. Another criticism of cruisers is that they don't handle. OK, so the Victory may not be sports bike nimble, but there's nothing wrong with the way it handles bumps or even goes around corners. It'll start to grind bits off before you've lent very far, but while its lean angles might be less than you would like, that's only to miss the point of a cruiser. It's not about going fast, it's about taking it easy and looking good while you're doing it. It's all just a case of readjusting your riding style. If you're in the market for a bike like this, a big, fat, comfy cruiser, then chances are you'll be thinking of a Harley Davidson. As an ex-Harley owner myself, I could completely understand that point of view. But there are alternatives on the market, and you'd be mad, absolutely bonkers, if you didn't go and give this Victory a test ride. And it's a lot easier than you think, because every Victory dealer across the country has a full range of demo bikes. This bike is definitely more than the sum of its parts put together. OK, so you might cringe a bit at the looks or the image of riding a cruiser, and at 235,000 Rand, it ain't cheap. But if this is your kind of motorbike, there's a lot to like about it. The quality, the simplicity of the design, that stonking motor, and the grin factor when you ride it. On the whole, you've got to admit that this Victory is a bit of a winner.